A chance for history to be made at John Sanford as Leicester eyed their best ever league finish and their best ever record in terms of win percentage. In their way were a Guildford Heat side without injured guard Drew Lasker. Riders off to a flying start and their excitement was there for all to see. Brad Wisbicki shot them into an early control of the match with some excellent three-point shooting. He had 3 triples in 2 minutes as Riders moved clear. Aaron Hardy capped 10 unanswered points, which made it 21-9. Frank Holmes, who began the season with Leicester, finished the first quarter with a dunk, but Guildford was still 12 points back. Yorick Williams' 3 got the second quarter scoring underway, and when Cameron Rundles made the most of a home court roll, Riders were 33-15 ahead. Martin sparked a 6-2 burst by the visitors, but Drew Sullivan netted from behind the arc as Riders' lead continued to grow. Julius Joseph offered the most resistance for the Heat as they narrowed the gap to 13, but Leicester's offense continued to score freely and they reached 20-point lead before half-time. Former Rider Sean Durant hit a triple on the buzzer, but his team was still 51-35 adrift. Leicester were absolutely dominating on the boards at both ends. Sullivan here defensively, and when Wisbicki doesn't convert on the break, Hardy is there to tip in. Leicester hit 7 straight before Albert Margai finally got the scoreboard ticking for Guildford. But Riders were in showtime mode. Rundle's beautiful assist to Hardy for the flush. Joseph offered some damage limitation for Guildford with his 21 points, including 3 3-pointers, but even 8 without reply by the Heat served only to cut the gap to 20. Leicester's ball movement all game was tremendous. Here's just a few of their 31 assists. Leading the way were Cameron Rundles and Aaron Hardy, who both had 9, leaving them 1 short of a double-double. Drew Sullivan was in imperious form with 19 points, 18 boards and 5 assists, whilst Brad Wisbicki top scorers with 25. This is 5th three-pointer in only 9 attempts. That took the Leicester lead out to 29 points, which was the biggest advantage of the game with 8 left. But the Heat would trim the deficit with 12 of the next 13 points. Barry Lamble had an impressive double-double, and even a couple of late Joseph threes couldn't really make any difference. Riders fans on their feet to salute their squad after their finest ever league campaign. Final score, Leicester Riders 90, Guildford Heat 72.
Great night for the team, great night for the club in general. A lot of hard work goes behind the scenes, and a great group of guys as well to do it with. So glad we finished as high as we did, and great job by the team.
Oh, it was phenomenal, and I think the fans knew that the win tonight would put us in the record books, and I think they've seen this team all year grow, and it's been a pleasure to coach them. And I told the guys before the game, I said, it'd be nice to put our name in the record book, but the nicest part about it is, the guys are good guys and good people, and we came out on fire tonight. The crowd was going crazy. It was fun to watch.
Did you win news for playoffs?
Not ideal. There's no secret that we love playing in here. But we feel like we can bring our fans there, and our fans make a lot of noise. And the good thing this year is the way the BBL scheduled the league is we played more road games than home games. So we're used to that, and hopefully we'll be able to go there and put on a good show.
Yeah, after Friday's results, we pretty much felt that we were stuck in that 8th place, which is no excuse for the way we came out. When they are playing a man, we pretty much were matched with them. Obviously, when they switched to a zone, we find it really difficult to shoot in this gym. Couldn't make a jump shot. But I think the biggest thing was they just totally out-rebounded us. I think it was something like 50-25. And Drew Sullivan probably out-rebounded our whole forward line.
A couple of days earlier, the Riders hosted the champions, needing to win to make Saturday special. The Eagles left Joe Chapman and Charles Smith at home, whilst Andy Thompson was dressed but never played. After a close first period, Aaron Hardy hit 6 straight to move Leicester 27-17 clear, but Joe Maduri had 9 of 11 unanswered points, which had Newcastle ahead. Riders turned up the defensive pressure at the start of the third, keeping Newcastle to only 3 points in 5 minutes as they posted 20 at the other end to lead 54-38. Leicester always comfortable from there, and the important victory was secured. Final score, Leicester Riders 81, Newcastle Eagles 68.
Oh yeah, practicing and training and all that's one thing, but playing in a game is a different story. So just playing the last couple of games, trying to get my legs back, but I felt pretty good tonight. Yeah, I think we played well in spells, but I think it was in the first quarter and the third quarter, we let them get away from us, and we missed a couple of easy shots, and they got transition back on us. But overall, we did a great job with the young people that we have stepping up and playing. I can't complain.
Well, we tried to talk about that in the locker room before the game. We don't care who's coming down for them, and we knew that they had talented players that would play hard and play smart. And I thought they played a smart game. What they were lacking in scoring punch, they did a good job defensively and frustrated us and made it difficult. But you know, at halftime, I challenged the guys to come out and get the loose balls. I thought we didn't get the loose balls in the first half, and I think that was important. I thought Tom Sherlock did a great job of getting loose balls, getting deflections, and once we got that, we were able to get off in transition.
Newcastle finishing their home campaign with the visit of Cheshire Jets to Sports Central. The Jets looking for their first win on Tyneside since 2005. They faced an Eagles team without Joe Chapman, Charles Smith and Andy Thompson. Pretty even through the first 9 minutes, Jets posted 8 in a row to lead 30-22 early in the second. That advantage was out to 13 after Kai Williams and Brown hit from behind the arc as part of 9 unanswered points. Back-to-back triples from Paul Gores sparked 14-0 run by the home side as they moved 40-39 in front just before halftime. 6 in a row had Jets back up 8 early in the third, and then Colin O'Reilly posted 5 of 8 straight that had the Jets 12 clear and on their way to a first victory in 15 attempts in the Northeast. Final score: Newcastle Eagles 81, Cheshire Jets 96. Here's how they finished then in the championship table. Newcastle are champions, but as they eased off in the final week, their winning margin was only 2 points in the end. Best ever finishes for Leicester and Worcester as they both posted 22 wins, Riders getting the highest spot courtesy of the head-to-head, with Plymouth dropping down to 4th. Glasgow are in 5th. Cheshire, they ended the season in 6th after a superb last few weeks. Sheffield in 7th despite being on the same points. Jets won the season series. Behind them, Guildford were 8th. Milton Keynes' 2 wins in their last 2 games gave them 9th ahead of the Tigers on head-to-head, with Durham in 11th. So here are the playoff matchups then. Newcastle faced Guildford, who of course beat the short-handed squad on the last day of the season. Leicester's prize for second place is yet another postseason matchup with Sheffield. They meet for the 4th time in 7 years at this stage. Worcester faced Cheshire, with the Jets pretty much the form side in the BBL. At the end of the regular season, they won 6 of their last 7 games, but the Wolves swept Cheshire in league play. And finally, Plymouth and Glasgow face off in a real north-south battle, British basketball's longest road trip. Full ticket details and more information available at bbl.org.uk.